It's that moment we've all been waiting for. The DAEVALA clan is back, and I hope you've been saving your summoning crystals. So once you get them, what are the best traits to put on them? Well, today I'm going to share that with you. But first, download Bloodline Heroes of Lithis, a mobile RPG action fighting game where you can marry your champions to create new and unique hybrids. Use the link in the description to start with some free stuff, including golden diamonds. And I'd be honored to have you join my server so you can play alongside me. Simply click on your profile, settings, then change your server to S462. See you hopefully soon. Alright, so obviously everybody is here to find out what the best traits are for the female DAEVALA because she is so OP. But of course I'm going to cover the male too. But let's cover the female first. And I think it's important to note that the traits that are best for her also really depend on exactly what her specials are. So let's take a look at the ultimate first, because this is the main thing. This is what makes her so overpowered. Transforms into a blood pit for 3.5 seconds and cannot be attacked. Moves among enemies and deals damage equal to 559.2% of the champion's attack per second to targets within its range. When the transformation ends, heals the champion based on the damage dealt. Now do note that I'm looking at the renowned champion version of this, so this is if you level all the way up. It's at 15 stars and you've leveled all the skills up, right? It's not going to do this much until you get it up there, so it takes a while to get to. Regardless, we've seen a number of female DAEVALAs in the game with just vigor. It doesn't even have to be leveled all that up, doing amazing things. So take note that this blood pit's dealing a lot of damage, so that lends itself well to brutal, and then she's also healing. So the heal is based on the damage dealt, which again lends itself to brutal because the more damage dealt, the more healing she gets. However, that's not the only healing. Let's take a look at another ability here. All right, so this one, Deathless. Becomes immune to death for 5 seconds. When the effect expires, recovers 30% health. It only takes effect once per battle. Now, 30% health. This is interesting because that lends itself really well to energetic. Now, I know there's a debate in the world of Bloodline, and that's between energetic and honorable and which one's better, and, you know, both have their merits in various situations. I'm going to argue energetic is better on female DAEVALA because of this specific ability. The more HP that she has, the more HP she gains from that 30%. All right, but also, let's go back to the ultimate. That's a lot of damage. So even though the heal is based on her strength, which is going to come off of brutal, the higher that is, the more damage she's going to deal, the more healing there is. If you raise that cap higher, she does a ton of damage. So if she does a ton of damage, and I've seen her gain like a full health bar again, so the higher you get that health bar with energetic, the more HP you're going to gain through a match. She becomes almost unkillable. It's absolutely incredible. All right, let's take a look at the last one here, Blood Drinker. Quickly thrusts at the target 3 times, each attack dealing damage equal to 266.95% of the caster's attack. Also heals the caster by 20% of the damage dealt. So again, you know, we're seeing brutal on all 3 of these being really important because you want to maximize the amount of damage that you're doing, not only because, well, it kills the opponent, and if that happens, you win, but secondly, if the match does go on longer, there's healing on every single one of these. 2 of them based on brutal, 1 of them based on energetic, and regardless, because there's so much healing, you want that cap to be as high as possible. So as of like the regular traits, I recommend you find your highest brutal you have and transfer it over, and I recommend you find your highest energetic and transfer it over. Now, how about the other 2? So if we're settled on those 2, what last 2 would you put on? Well, I've got a pretty standard 2 that I go to for almost all my champions, and it's almost all my champions, but definitely on female DAEVALA, I have put Agile and I have put Focused. And that is because you want to increase the chance, the speed at which that ultimate is going to go off, because that's where all the damage is done. So clearly, when she's attacking with regular attack, if brutal's really high, she's dealing a lot of damage to begin with, her ult goes off faster. And I gotta say, just in my playing and my testing, I feel like her ability ults much slower than other champions, and probably because the special is just so powerful. So I try to speed her up. I put both agile on so she attacks faster and focus so she gains energy faster. I want her effect, I want her ult going off as much as possible. So that's what I choose. So in summary, it's agile, focused, energetic, and brutal. So is that the same for the male? Actually, probably not. So let's go check him out. I'm not going to belabor his specials because quite honestly, they're not that special. He's still good. He's still a very good, I think, underappreciated champion. He just gets outshined by the female. But he creates a blood pool too. It does damage. It doesn't heal like female DAEVALA's does. And then you also have this particular healing that he has, which is based on critical hits. So if you can find a way to increase that, that would be fine. And then he does a little more damage on this particular special than the female does. It's not going to equate anywhere near to what the female does. She's just like immune. She gains so much health, whatever. Anyway, charges to the furthest target within the attack range and deals damage equal to 405% of the caster's attack, and then stuns the target for 1.5 seconds. Stun's always good, of course. This attack will always deal a critical hit. So you can see that that critical hit ability plays into the one where he's gaining life. But he doesn't gain so much life like the female does, that instead of energetic, I would recommend honorable. Personally, I'd still go with agile and focused, honorable, and then brutal, so you're doing a lot of damage. But you know, these DAEVALAs have turned out to be ones that you want right up front, depending on the situation, depending on the meta too, because some people know if you leave DAEVALA in the front on defense, they can kind of play around that. Like personally, if I saw DAEVALA on the other side on the front line, I'd line up a female Gultang right in front of her and keep her from firing. Just saying. So placement's not always straightforward, but in general, these can fight right up front. They take a lot of damage. The female, of course, is going to gain a lot of life so the damage that's dealt to her basically doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. So when it comes down to it, the traits that I chose are pretty similar. I'll actually go show you my female DAEVALA is one I've been working on for a long time here, and these are the traits I use. I do have level 22 traits. I haven't actually worked real hard on her companion, so that's still stuck at 18. But that doesn't matter because like the resilient trait that's on DAEVALA to begin with is not like, you know, one of the best things that is going on here. So yeah, that's what we have going on here. You know what's really weird? Okay, that's weird. This is supposed to be a hybrid champion, and I just noticed the hybrid is gone. I have 2 female DAEVALAs. Is the other hybrid still going? Where is she? Her hybrid's still going. Why isn't this hybrid? Do you see that? Weird. Anyway, I'll end the video with that. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.